remember at the time, like looking back, I thought that it was like some disease that people had, because I'd heard of like lazy eye and I thought it was the same thing, even though it's not at all the same thing. Hey guys, I'm not actually a twin, and today I'm going to be telling you a story that's called My Doctor Says I Have Lazy Fingers. So when I was in the 4th grade, I had quite a few friends. I had these 2 friends that every time that they would come over, like, something would happen. And they're probably one of those friends that, like, you would consider your child's, like, bad friend, like the one that always makes bad decisions. And I just remember they came over. It was them 2, me, and then this other friend that my mom actually really liked. And we were all hanging out in my room, and they were, the 2 friends that make bad decisions all the time were like, hey, can we play hide and seek? And I was like, I don't really know, like, it's kind of late, you know, I don't really want to, I'm kind of scared, like, of being alone. And they were like, no, trust me, it'll be fine, we're gonna play hide and seek. And I was like, okay. And then we're like, we're gonna play hide and seek. So then me and my friend that my mom really liked, we went off to hide. And the 2 troublemakers, I guess you can call them that, were counting. And so me and my friend, we were hiding in my mom's closet. And we were in there for a long time. Like, we thought that it was going to take them a while to find us. We did not think it was going to take this long. And we were in there for like 15 minutes. And finally, my friend was like, you know, we should probably just go look for them. Maybe they gave up. Maybe, you know, they don't know that we're allowed to hide in here. And I was like, okay. So we went out of my mom's room and my mom's closet, and we went into my room. And I had like a little money jar, and in my money jar I had obviously some money, and I had, I think at the time, like $15, and I had like 3 $5 bills, and I looked in there and there was only one. So like $10 was missing from my money jar, and I was like, okay, maybe my mom borrowed it. I mean, she doesn't normally do that without asking, but maybe she was planning on telling me next time I come downstairs or whatever. And then it was around that time that I noticed that those 2 girls weren't in my room either. And so we walked out of my room and we were like, hey guys, did you give up? Or like, what's going on? And so we didn't hear any answers, and so we walked downstairs and my mom was like, yeah, they just left. And we were like, what? And she was like, yeah, as you guys like were coming out of your room, because like she can hear me upstairs, she was like, yeah, as you guys were like in your room, they left. And me and my friend were like, okay. And then I was like, yeah, $10 is gone from my money jar. And she went, oh, so they stole your money. And I didn't want to like put the blame on them right away, because I didn't think that they would do something like that, though looking back they clearly would have done something like that. But I was like, no, you know, maybe I took it out and I forgot, or maybe I used it, I don't know. So we walked over to the front door, because me and these 2 girls lived really close to each other. Like, they lived like on the street behind mine, and like their house was like diagonal from mine. And so me and my friend, we were walking toward the front door. We were going to go to their house and see like if they knew what was going on, or ask them why they left. And we found one of my $5 bills by the front door, and we were like, okay, that's kind of weird. I still didn't want to blame them though. So we were walking, and we picked up the $5 bill that was on the ground, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, well, now we definitely need to find them. So we walked out of my house, and we walked to the side of my house, like toward where you would walk to go to their house. And I saw them there, and I looked down, and she has the other $5 bill in her hand. So I kind of looked at her, and I held up the $5 bill that I had in my hand, and I was like, why do you have my money? And she looked at her hand, and she was like, what? And she looked at it, that one that she had, and then she looked at the one that I had, and then she looked at our other friend, and then she was like, oh, my doctor says I have lazy fingers. And in my 10-year-old brain, I thought like this was completely true. I was like, okay, what's that? And she was like, well, we wanted to see how much money you have, because that's more money than we have. When I hold on to something, it might, I think I'll drop it or like set it down, and it'll actually still be in my hand. And I remember thinking that this was so true. Like, as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, that makes sense. And I was like, yeah, can I have my money back? And she was like, sure. And then she gave me my money, and I was like, okay, cool. So I went upstairs, I put it in my money jar, and I came back downstairs. It was me and just my other friend now, because those 2 went home. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. She says she has this thing called lazy fingers, where like she doesn't know that she's still holding on to the money, and my mom was like, okay, that does not exist. That is not a thing that people have. Oh my god. She lied to me, and she stole from me. After that, I don't really think I was friends with that girl anymore, or the other one, because the other one kind of helped her do it. Anyway, that was my story. Next video. This is so awkward. Bye.